beautiful start to the day. Rise and shine, my friends. It is Monday morning. It is September the 15th. The Ides of September. I'm Wesh 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk, where we drink coffee, or in my case, coffee flavored protein shake, and check to see what's doing in the world of weather around all of us. It is just beautiful. I showed this a second ago. Mm. That's a live look outside at our new Smyrna Beach tower cam. So pretty outside. So pretty. Couple of clouds kind of masking the sun. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we are looking great. Nothing to see on our first warning live Doppler radar, but this is something to see. Look at these temperatures, my friends. 60 degrees in Ocala. And that's not even the coolest you've been. You were in the upper 50s earlier. We made it to 59 degrees like 15 minutes ago. 62 outside right now in the villages. It's 71 in Orlando and 74 in St. Cloud. And I would add that even though temperatures are hanging out in the 70s, it doesn't change the fact that the dew points, the humidity is low. Look at these dew point temperatures. This is something I don't really show on TV, but like the fact that we have dew points in the upper 60s, you can feel that. There is a noticeable difference. A noticeable difference. The dew point in Wildwood is 53? Like, what? Goodness. Terry says it's still 59 here in Denellen. I mean, it feels great, right? Like it's not my imagination, it's not my desire. This is actually happening right now. It feels that nice, right? Right? We're good. You're good. We're all good. Oh, it's so pretty outside. So anyway, this morning, absolutely dreamy weather. It's that first taste of fall, and I am here for it. But we know those temperatures are going to be climbing, so let's just get right to it and see what's doing on our 12-hour forecast and kind of plan our day today. We work up to about 83, 84, 85 by lunchtime. 89 degrees our high temperature on the day, and of course a sprinkle or two, like a 20% chance of showers. It's not gonna be too bad. We're gonna do just fine today. Yeah. Feels so good. Look at you, Chuck Mangione. I mean, Rose. It does feel so good, though, doesn't it? Going out my front door, I can feel the chill. You know, I've got a couple minutes. Let's field trip out the door. It's been a couple of hours since I've been outside. Ugh. I gotta feel the outside. I'm gonna go outside. Does that make me a loser? I gotta just feel it. Oh, you know what? I need my keys though, just in case. I want to get locked out. All right, let's go. I don't know if the Wi-Fi will work. I guess we'll see. All right, we're going to take a different kind of a field trip. This is for me. This is for my benefit, not for yours. We still go back, what is it? Kara, will we still go back to high 80s and low 90s sometime? Well, I mean, we're going to be in the high 80s today. Just look at the forecast. I mean, we're going to be to 89 today. So, we'll be there, but the humidity is going to be climbing. All right, we're just going to pop over here. It's just so nice. The live truck bay here. I'm actually a little chilly, Cheryl says. That's funny. All right, I know the Wi-Fi signal didn't exactly love that spot. My apologies. But yeah, we're gonna go back to the humidity. But even for just today, right? Even for just today, we'll be to 89 degrees. So there's that. Now let's take a look at the rest of Central Florida. Here's a look at the other temps around. All right, 89 is going to do it for us in Orlando. 87 degrees in DeLand, about 85 degrees in Daytona Beach, 84 degrees New Smyrna Beach. So it's going to be beautiful. Ugh, but it is going to be getting warmer. So there's that. Let me get the keys out here. It felt nice out. Ugh. Though those temperatures in like Ocala, that's way nice. This is just pretty nice, right? Let's see here. Does that make you a loser or a winner? I'll take being a winner. I can definitely feel the cool out my door in Eustis. Nautilus on YouTube says, yay for the field trip. Oh, we're going to take more field trips. We're going to run over to the Crow. When it's time for me to do the weather, you're going to go with me over to the weather wall. The weatherman going outside shouldn't be unusual. That's funny, but also a good point. Yeah. Let's see here. What are the current ocean temperatures near Cocoa Beach? Still in the 80s, so it's we're still warm. Let's take a look at Futurecast today while we're sitting here together, shall we? Let's see. All right, so here is Futurecast, and it really doesn't have much to track, right? Like a few showers, 2:30, 3 o'clock. That's it. So, today's going to be a nice and quiet day. So, I'm just going to put this here. Like, no joke. Maybe put on some long sleeves this morning. Why not? Like a long sleeve t-shirt. Like light long sleeves, that kind of a thing. Kathy on YouTube says, I'm on my lanai with my coffee and took a light throw to put over my legs. Right? Like, Kathy, this is great. Now, here's what's interesting. Orlando has only gotten down to 71 degrees, no lower. Climatologically, we should have gotten down into the upper 60s already. If you look through history, the typical first upper 60s day is about that first week in September. The first mid 60s day is the first week in October. So we haven't gotten there just yet, but it just kind of goes to show where we're at, right? You should give your next hit outside. I can't do that. We're not exactly set up for that. Matt says, fall is a process, and I'm happy that it has started. That's true, bud. I don't disagree with that at all. Haiti says, thanks for keeping us posted on the weather. I set my alarm clock every day just to listen to you. You're the best. Well, thank you. I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you so much. So the low is higher than is can be, but highs are lower. So the low is higher than what? Yukon, what are you saying? Huh? Too much heat from the concrete causing that. It's true. Yeah, the urban heat island. Look at you understanding the urban heat island. Yeah. I see a lot of people asking about the tropics. We'll get to the tropics in a minute, but first, we got to talk about this local stuff, okay? We got to do it. By the way, just for transparency, we are about a week away from the first day of fall officially. So there's that. All right, September the 22nd. All right. All right, here we are. 7-day forecast showing, first off, not showing 90s. There are no 90s on there. What we do have is upper 80s. Morning lows, though, notice lower 70s is good. But then we start bringing it up. And we bring it up, right? Saturday, Sunday, mid 70s. So that lets you know the humidity is creeping back in. Craig says, would have been funny if you were locked out. Maybe for you. Daniel says, swimming pool season is ending. You can extend it with a pool heater, but yeah, basically, if you don't have a pool heater, yeah. Can we please keep the cooler weather? Tanya, I don't have control over this, right? You know I don't. Now let's look at the models and just kind of see where the models. This is, I believe, the GFS. We don't have any. We've got like some subtle stuff, but nothing with like wicked drops in temperatures in the mornings. But you see, the GFS still does include readings in the 90s. So yeah. So when they look for Eric at 8:25 and he's outside banging on the, yeah, just like, oh man, right, right. My feed won't scroll, Patty. Get out and get back in. Give that a shot. See how that works. All right. Questions about our local forecast? Questions, comments, concerns? Beverly says, very comfortable out with the dog. This sure feels great. It does, doesn't it? All right, let me get my next TV hit set up. 926 looks phenomenal. I know, yeah, when the temperature. Let's see again. Guidance, not gospel. Remember, guidance, not gospel. You all should know better than that. Do points go back up soon? Yeah, late week into the weekend they do. Kara says, enjoying the mornings and finally able to sit on my back patio again. Time to clean up for my hibernation time. Hey, right? Right? All right. Let me just get this next weather hit set up. Got a pre-positioned Port Canaveral. Okay. All right. Next weather hit is set. All right. If anybody was asking about the coastal 7-day forecast, I got you covered. Don't you worry. Here we are. Not much different than the inland, honestly. Mid 80s the entire stretch, but we see those morning lows starting to come up just a little bit. So there's that. Corporate graphics request from Fort Myers. Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay, yeah, work again. I know. All right, so we've got a couple of minutes until we've got to do TV, so we can go ahead and just talk a little bit about the tropics. Not an invest yet, but this area of moisture out in the central Atlantic is showing signs of life. And over the next 7 days' time, we have an 80% likelihood of developing. All right, over the next 2 days' time, a 40% chance of forming. The 2 days' time development chance has gone up just a little bit. As a matter of fact, this is the 8 o'clock update from the Hurricane Center. Um, Sorry, this chat, the TV, multitasking, coffee talk. So anyway, this does look like it's going to form. We'll look at the models after my next big weather hit, but I do want to point out that this does not look like it's going to be a threat for us. Okay, so that's the good news. All right, 8:14. Let me just see where we're at. All right, big weather, so we got to launch. Okay, so we've got a couple of things. Yeah, it's definitely looking slightly healthier for sure. I even heard somebody on TV calling it Gabrielle already. Seriously, people are already naming the dang thing? I don't understand. When it comes to tropical weather, why do people go full on goofy? Like, seriously. The next name on the list is Gabrielle, but how many people named that last wave Invest 91 Gabrielle, right? Like, it did not happen. Would rather it form sooner rather than later for that recurve. Exactly right. Get it the heck out of here. Yeah, no threat is good news. And frankly, that's what the models are showing. The models are showing this as being a recurver, which is good with me. Tammy, it will head this way if I put up Halloween decor. Happens every year. My kids are begging to put up the Halloween stuff, so that's going to be. If I'm the one that messes it up because I have to put Halloween stuff up for them, then here we are. Don says, "Good day, everyone. No hurricane. We are headed to Naples for vacation." Good. Let's keep it with no hurricane. All right, let's take a walk. I've got to set up the little weather cart here. Bear with me. All right. Where are, why is there no U and Z name storms? How many names start with a U and a Z? That alligator story on Wesh. Keep your eye on the pets. Oh yeah, absolutely right. It's not buffering on my side, so if it's buffering, it's on your side. All right. Take a look.
And this is the first flight of Northrop Grumman's larger solar-powered spacecraft. It's now expected to arrive there at the ISS tomorrow morning at 6:35. Also on our Space Coast, SpaceX is looking to launch a batch of Starlink satellites this week on a Falcon 9. It'll take those 28 internet satellites into orbit. The blast-off is set currently for Thursday with a 4-hour launch window that opens at 5:30 in the morning. And shortly after the launch, the rocket's first stage booster is planning to land on a drone ship out in the Atlantic.
First warning meteorologist Eric Burris joining us now as we are approaching 8:17. Normally when we see a muggy meter that a meteorologist brings up, you got some bad news. Opposite direction this morning.
I am the optimist.
Oh,
Okay?
ever the optimist.
Try to be at least. And I only hype
cooler weather. Okay.
Okay.
Like that.
And
I
we're
like
about
that.
we stand by for the hype, right? It feels so nice. We just went out. We're doing the live broadcast on Coffee Talk. Hi,
Hey there,
everybody.
Coffee Talk.
But we just went outside just to feel it, and it's not like it's cold, but it feels just great outside. So just for what it's worth, we're looking great. All right. So dew points are in the 60s. The gorgeous weather is with us, and it's going to be a nice, nice setup. 62 degrees in Ocala. It's 73 degrees in Orlando, 75 degrees in Melbourne. And we are kind of watching temperatures these next few hours, working on up. That said, look at temperatures around Seminole County. Okay, 66 Astor Farms, 69 degrees Wekiva. It's about 69 degrees Altamont Springs. So it's just beautiful, right? 66 in DeLand, 65 degrees in Samsula, lower 70s back over to New Smyrna Beach, 75 in Vieira. So the county by county temperatures are looking good. First day of fall is about a week away from now. So this is just that first teaser of fall, if you will, right? Outside this morning, though, it feels good and it looks good. Tower Cam Network is showing a clear sky over top of us. Not much doing, and I love it. 12-hour forecast revealing those temperatures climbing. 85, 1 p.m., 89 degrees our 3 o'clock reading, and there's a 20% chance of a passing shower here or there. Just take a look at Futurecast. Here's 2 o'clock, a couple of sprinkles along I-95, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, same kind of idea. Basically, south and east is going to be the best opportunity for rainfall today. Got dry air in place, right? You can tell it out the door this morning. That's going to also subdue our rain chances. But the next few days, that dry pocket starts to lift to the north, and we start to bring up some of that Caribbean air, thus helping to moisten us up, which means looking ahead to late week into the weekend, rain chances will rise. Okay, to the tropics we go. We are out in the central Atlantic. There's the Cabo Verde Islands. That's the coast of Africa. This is the wave we've been watching these last few days' time. It's bubbling up. It's looking better organized on satellite. And while it's still unorganized, for about the next 24 hours' time, it remains in stable dry air. Then afterward, that goes, and we think we'll start to see development. So the Hurricane Center is keeping it at an 80% chance of development over the next 7 days' time. But with this morning's 8 a.m. update, they went from 30% to 40% chance of development in the next 2 days' time. I think that over the next couple of days, we'll see some formation. The GFS computer model, very, very clear about not only forming it, but keeping it away from us. So to put in perspective, here's the east coast of the United States, there's the storm system, and it will recurve, we think, and stay away. Hopefully that plays out. Let's just keep tabs to make sure and track it. All right, back here at home, low humidity the next couple of days, but we'll watch the rain chances rise late week into the weekend. And yes, that means the thunderstorms return. Yes, that means the temperatures will climb. But don't worry, we have started the fall machine, which means we'll start to get some of those cool fronts in just a couple of weeks. Let's just hope that it happens sooner rather than later. Megan, good morning. Jason. So when you said that, I thought it was my mic pack. So I shut that off.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing.
Yeah,
But it was like static because it was like hanging.
right.
I
I don't know what happened.
should have put it on the other side. I just
No, it's my fault. So we had a mic issue at the beginning of that. I guess my mic fell, then Jason tried to fix it, and then I thought my mic was turned off, so then I actually turned it off, and what are you gonna do? All right. Let's see. There's a catch-22 with this beautiful weather. It means that our roads will be very crowded. That's true. Yeah. Gloria, good morning to you. Hey, Scott, can you hear me? Just let him know what happened was I guess my mic fell off when Jason was trying to fix it. I thought my microphone was turned off. So, oh, okay. Okay. I just want to make sure, like, yes, I turned it off because I thought so. Anyway, I thank you. Here's, yeah, it is what it is, Scott. It was in that moment. Yeah. Apologies. Losing me is never a bad thing, don't you? I'll take that. Thank you guys. Keith says Jason makes a good wingman. Not wrong. No lies detected. Lisa says we could hear you. So anyway, super cool watching on TV and the cell for well, and then watching all the chaos of like wait, what's going on with the microphone? What's happening here? What's happening here? All right. So where were we? Tanya, you behave. I know listen, it's live TV. Make a mistake. I misdiagnosed in the heat of the moment. Yukon, I really wonder how many folks watch the news. That's for the salespeople, man. I just show up. I have no idea. I have no idea. Kara, thanks for giving us the real deal with hurricane potential, not scaring us with hype. Hey, man, you know, it's one thing to earn trust. It's another thing to keep it. I've said that for years. Anybody can get your trust in a one moment. You hear it, you like it. It's another thing year after year, day after day to keep it. And I'm going to always fight for that. That I can promise you. So, yeah. And if I ever let you down, let me know so that I can fix it. Like I didn't miss a beat transferring to the green wall. Well, it's live TV. After 20 something years of doing this job, you kind of have to be able to just roll with it. At least that's the way you're supposed to be. My brother says ask Jay. Yeah, because my brother works in sales. That's true. Tammy, can we get a Wesh 2 News blooper reel? I'm sure that it exists. It's not my bag. All right, let's take a look at some of the raw models. All right, so this is the raw GFS, and of course we're tracking that wave in the central Atlantic. So let's just roll through time. All right, there it is developing. Watch how recurve. Love it. And then another wave behind it, according to the GFS. It looks like another little something in the Gulf. You see that? What you doing? What you doing there? But again, the GFS has been doing that for days and days and days and days and days, and none of it has come to fruition. So it's there. All right. So the GFS has got this thing recurving. Good. European. Developing. Recurving. Look at that thing. Love it. With no Gulf feature. So the GFS had a Gulf feature. The Euro did not have a Gulf feature. Lisa says, I trust you 100%. I must, since I'm officially not even living in your part of Florida, living on the Treasure Coast, but you are the only one I watch. Lisa, I used to cover the Treasure Coast when I worked at WPBF, like many, 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 many years ago. But I appreciate your trust. And if it makes you feel any better, anytime I go fly, I try to always I end up always on the Treasure Coast, like Vero Beach, Stewart, Fort Pierce, Palm Beach County. That's my second home. You got to understand. Like just last week, I flew down, got see our chicks for lunch down on PGA Boulevard and came back. So anyway, Marie on Twitter says, ditto for Savannah. I trust you. Thank you. Well, and speaking of Savannah, Jeremy Nelson, your chief meteorologist at WJCL, he and I, we co-author the hurricane forecast together, and we host the Tracking the Tropics Tuesdays every Tuesday. Joseph says it looks like you got used to the trifocals. Yeah, I think as much as one can, right? Tim, curving or recurving Groundhog Day, right? That's funny. Yay, right over my head, Lisa says. Yeah, right. Right by. With the Pacific going into weak La Nina transitioning into a neutral enzo, do you see any uptick in hurricanes and severe weather for the winter? So, truth be told, the pattern does look like it's going to go more active. Need to make sure. All right, this is the today hit. The pattern does look like it's going to go more active and be a backloaded season. So we'll see how that plays out. How far will the plane get? Will it make it to Vegas? I mean, I'd have to stop for fuel. It'll go 6 hours. So, I can get to New York on one tank of gas, but yeah. All right, let me hit to be continued. Stand by.
They are now facing multiple charges into Roadway, trespassing, and criminal mischief. Let's get a look at the first one. Good morning. Let's give you a habit fracture of the westbound driver this morning in the Roadway. So traffic here, but really big line that right lane, but big backups moving through this area this morning. So traffic has been this morning, but at least we're waking up to some comfortable temperatures today.
Yeah, I mean, if at least there's the silver lining, right? Good morning to you. And let this be our moment of zen, a live look outside Lake Monroe in Seminole County. A couple of clouds over top of us. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. It is a lovely start to our day. Today, climbing into the upper 80s, staying beautiful and mostly dry the next couple of days. Rising rain chances, though, into the weekend.
So that's CW18, bringing more visitors.
Okay. And then we have one more hit. We have one more hit, and then we can focus on each other. Joseph, will the plane make it to Punta Gorda? Shoot, yeah. I went to my former intern. He's a meteorologist down in Southwest Florida. I went to his wedding, landed at Page Field. Yeah, of course. Eric can drop me off in Connecticut. Seeing Eric on set brings me back to when I did some extra work and a few roles here in Quebec TV. That's so funny. All right, wife, off to breakfast. Yukon, have a great breakfast. Have a great breakfast. Yeah, so that was Jamie. That was a very fast hit. It all depends on how much time Megan leaves me. And today's a busy day in the traffic world, so Megan needed more time. And it's a non-busy day in the weather world, so I did not need as much time. So everything is fluid when it comes to this stuff. Top that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. We'll use that. All right, let's go get set up for our next TV hit. Why are studio screens green? So, because the odds of people wearing green are pretty low. What's interesting is our sister station in Fort Myers actually uses a blue screen. So, yeah, different TV stations use different ones. This one won't be quite as fast, Jamie. So, there's that. All right, let me get this. Oh. I guess we're hitting Bob Hazen first. So we'll just hang here for now. How does it work when you fly into an airport? Is there designated parking and you just pay hourly? Do you have to make a reservation? So you fly to what's called an FBO, and the FBO, they've got, it's like a gas station in a parking lot kind of thing. I usually call ahead just to make sure. But yeah, they'll meet you, ask if you want fuel. You usually pay if it's a couple of hours versus a night. It just depends on the airport. Flying the Mooney. Yeah, I flying a 172. No. Definitely flying the Mooney. Flying the marvelous Mooney. Do you get a loaner car or an Uber when you fly at an airport for a lunch or a wedding? So for lunch, they have crew cars. You can go grab for a couple hours, and it's kind of put together with parking and all that. If I'm going to be there overnight, it could be a rental car or an Uber. It just depends, right? Terry, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Jamie says we love you, so take your time. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. While we're sitting here enjoying, the thing I'm going to be talking about is going to be just how beautiful this pattern is, man. Like, look at this weather. Good night. I love this. Upper 80s, morning lows. The humidity does come up just a little bit, but otherwise, yeah. He occasionally flies an F-18 Super Hornet. I've got about an hour in one. All right, hold on. Ah. Let's get first one. Meteorologist Eric Burgess. Eric, how long is this going to last? A couple of days. I mean, tonight into tomorrow morning is going to be another fantastic one. And then by like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we start dialing the humidity back up. But as somebody had said on my Coffee Talk broadcast, fall is a process. And we have started that process. And looking outside live, it is a beautiful one to enjoy. This is from our Venue 520 Tower Cam. There's Lake Monroe. Palm trees not fluffling around because it's not as much of a gust as what we saw over the weekend, but it feels nice. 73 in Orlando, 69 in Leesburg, 65 degrees Wildwood in the Villages, and it's 62 outside in Ocala. Low humidity for all of us. helping to look great, feel great, nothing on the radar. So instead, we just look ahead at the day with a few fair weather cumulus clouds and a 20% chance of a passing shower. We'll talk more about that forecast neighborhood by neighborhood when we see it coming up in just a couple of minutes' time. But first, big problems on the roadways. Let's get right over to Megan Mackey.
Along the beach line this morning. There's a west riders near the end of Chimney's home lot.
Matt, did I just get quoted on TV? It was you, wasn't it? My apologies.
These ones raise some big issues just because of
What do you think about avgas is a lot cheaper than jet fuel. I'm sure you always ask for a top off. Some places will give you free parking if you top off your if you add like 10 gallons gas or something. So it just depends. You always have to figure out what direction you're gonna go. And actually, what's interesting is avgas is actually cheaper in some places. It just depends. It just depends on where you're going. So anyway, that's all. Lisa says, I'm heading up, driving, not flying, to your area tomorrow, Wednesday, for the day. Come on down. He said, Coffee Talk Now, we're all celebrities. I feel like I referenced you guys several times at this point. You know? Ay, 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 ay. All right. Any other questions, comments? I don't know that I have anything else. The tropics are relatively quiet. We're looking good. Debbie is asking, big problem on the road where? Let's go over to Megan. Can I borrow you?
Yeah.
I know you're busy. Big problem on the road. Talk to us.
Oh, there's a crash on the beach line. It's actually clearing right now, so that's good. Just looking at the camera, but yeah, at Innovation Way, there it is. A couple cars involved. So
Yep.
if you're traveling from like, you know, the beach area, Titusville,
Far and
Cocoa,
over,
traveling
yeah.
westbound.
Oh, it does look like it's clearing up a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you can see like back there. I
Here.
feel like whenever there's a crash on the beach line too, it really just it always is a big issue, even if it's like a more minor crash,
Right.
because there's only 2 lanes.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
The
they
beach
had
line.
to shut down one of those lanes.
Yep.
And then they actually shut down 2 of them right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole
so-
thing is closed down.
Yeah, they'll reopen them in probably a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Probably just moving one of the cars out of the way.
What a mess. Giddy up. All right, so there you
Yeah.
go. How are you doing? You doing good on a Monday?
Good. Happy Monday. I was off last week, so it's nice to be back.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
good
it.
to work with you too.
It's always good to work with you. It was nice to see you this morning walk in. Megan, cheery. Oh, Megan, what does Megan have for munchies? Megan's munchies, of course.
Vegetables today.
Yeah, I came over. Okay, I went over and I'm like, ooh, that smells good. What do you have? And she's like, vegetables. And I said, and? She said, no, just vegetables.
I know I need to get some fruit. I didn't make it to Aldi yesterday,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
on my list of things.
Yeah. Oh, what kind of fruit? What are we gonna
I
get?
always go with whatever's in season.
Yeah, yeah.
Green grapes,
Oh, love it.
strawberries, whatever looks good, whatever speaks.
I feel like I've had so many strawberries recently that have just spoiled so quickly
Yeah.
that I'm out of I'm like
They're
off of
crunchy.
I'm off strawberries right now.
Yeah. And what season are we entering? Like the next big fruit. I don't know.
I'm not the guy. to
I
know.
always just walk in. I'm like, okay, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
crunchy,
That's yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Giddy up. I love it. Gonna make me want some orange now. Matt says aviation doesn't really work on miles per gallon. It's more like flight hours per pound to many variables. Yeah. So gallons per hour. If you want to get into the nerddom, we burn based on gallons per hour. So my airplane burns about 9.5 to 10 gallons per hour. And I do about 160 to 160, we do about 165 miles an hour. So if you figure 165 miles, 9.5 gallons. So do the math on that. That's where my airplane basically runs. That's the idea there. That's the gist. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Anything? Anything? Lisa says fall is typically apple season for me. Apples are good. I love apples. Put paper towels in with your fruit packaging. Works great with veggies too. Even organic spinach lasts well past expiration date. Is that a thing? Barb says put paper towels in with your fruit packaging. Works great with veggies too. Even organic spinach lasts well past the expiration date. Interesting. Priscilla says, tell Megan to join Florida tropical groups to find locals and in-season fruit. I'm enjoying strawberry guavas, small Gulf side coming in for me.
For the tropical fruit.
What's it called? Florida tropical groups. Huh. Is it 16 miles per gallon doing 16 miles per gallon at 165 or so miles an hour? That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Did you find it? Oh, maybe tropical gardening? I don't know. Interesting. All right, that's enough. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? Tomorrow morning we'll have Tracking the Tropics Tuesdays at 10, and I'll be with you all morning on CW 18, and then Wesh 2 News at noon. It's going to be a party. All right, let's hang out. In the meantime, make it a great Monday. Enjoy this weather. My gosh, it's beautiful. Take care, you guys.